It's Yvonne here to do what's cracking reading. I am using the Witches Tarot, the Modern Witches Tarot for your reading today. Um, Before I go any further, obviously it's always good for me to acknowledge how amazing you all are for your support and your really beautiful messages. I feel so grateful being able to do these readings and as I've always done. As I said, I think I've been up here for about 5 years now, and I know there are a lot of people there who've been with me right from the beginning. So you've what kept me going. All right, then the business end. If you would like a reading with me, my website is not open at the moment. It's quiet, and obviously those things take money to um, uh, keep them going. So once things pick up again, I'll get the website up and running again. But for the moment, if you would like a reading with me, please email me at theaussiegoddess@gmail.com. No numbers, just straight the Aussie Goddess. Please also be careful of scammers. I've noticed them all over my Facebook page, YouTube, TikTok. I know people have said to me they've got scammed. They do realise after they sort of accept a reading that perhaps it isn't me. But if you don't know me so well, you may double question yourself. So if you're unsure, I'm happy for you to email me and say, did you offer me a free reading? It is wasting your money. People who are readers do not solicit for readings. We believe that you come to us if you want a reading. But there are so many people scamming. I was watching with the Matildas game the other day, and even they are scamming for tickets. People want to make money for nothing, which is really not very nice. But I guess it's you just have no ethics, basically. So at the moment, I have a spellcaster, and I think somebody posing as a reader. I deleted the comments this morning. So please be careful. That's all I'm asking you to do. If you lose your money, I can't replace it for you, and I certainly won't be giving you a reading for free. So that's just the way it is. All right, it does sound harsh, but at the end of the day, I have to make a living too, and they've pretty much screwed up my five-star rating on Facebook. Wine whinge. All right, I've had my day. I've had my soapbox. I better get into your reading. And it will be Sagittarius for today's reading. All right, let's see where we are going today. Oh my goodness, we got the Magician out again. How amazing. It's come out so much in this last week or so. I guess we're all in a place, maybe the planets are in a certain alignment where we can manifest. Now, for me, the Magician talks about manifesting through having everything that you need. So this is about, a brand new beginning, sort of being on top of everything, being attuned with everything, your vibration's high, and you are in a place to manifest, basically. All right, now we have the Eight of Pentacles. So either you've been working really hard on your manifestations to bring about some sort of result, or alternatively, you may be trying to manifest something in regards to work, a business, getting something off the ground. It could be something that you want to put work into. So it could be that you're studying or taking up some sort of study. But whatever it is here, you could be getting something off the ground on YouTube or electronically, internet-wise, because that is sort of what I'm seeing here. So let's just go a bit further. Okay, Four of Pentacles. You are being cautious, maybe spending your money. Okay. I feel like here with this King of Swords that it's like you're ready to take control of something. And I'm not a believer in controlling things. But what I mean by that is it's time to take back a power that you've given away. So sometimes, say for example, we go to start a business and it flunks. And then we get really low on our confidence and our self-esteem. And then it becomes really hard to create something new with that low vibration. So when I say taking back control, what I'm saying is I feel like you're saying to yourself, I know this didn't do well last time. I'm either in a better frame, more confident, my self-esteem's better, I have financial resources this time, because this time around I'm going to do things differently. So it makes me feel like whatever you're attempting to manifest here, you have tried to manifest before, and maybe it didn't quite go the way you wanted it to. But I feel like this time around, it's going to be very successful, because you have a different approach, attitude, whatever it is, to this particular thing. So let's see where we're going here. All right, so we have the Emperor coming back. See, the Emperor is about standing in your power. It is masculine power. It doesn't mean that as a woman we can't take on masculine power. We already have things about us that are masculine as well as feminine. What I mean by that is the masculine energy is usually one of, you know, the drive, not that women don't have drive, but that's when you're getting into your masculine energy, wanting to make money, being the breadwinner, but more that logical, maybe we just go with logical sort of mind. And when we're taking our power back, sometimes I think we have to step out of our more feminine side where we may be less likely to take action and get into that masculine energy, so we forge forward with it. So I feel like you're channeling your masculine. We have the Chariot coming through, both major arcanas, with the High Priestess, lovely, and the Queen of Wands. Look at you go. All right, so I do feel like I am speaking to some of you who are starting off like I see an esoteric business, and I think that this has come up recently. I sort of recognize the energy a little bit. So if you're thinking of getting something off the ground or moving forward with something that is a little left of center, you might have a candle business, you may be operating a tarot business, you might be trying to get a YouTube channel going. It could be that you've got massage, Reiki, something here for me feels like you want to get something off the ground. It's where you feel you're being guided to go. And I love this energy because you have the Queen of Wands on the end alongside the High Priestess with the Chariot and the Emperor. So for me, this is all about pushing in the direction that you feel that you need to go in. So if the universe is calling you to do something in particular, then I think that you're starting to align with that and realize you have to go off in a certain direction. All right, let's see. Oh, look at this. Ace of Pentacles. The Devil card in the middle and the Five of Swords here. I do feel there is what I see is maybe some fears or some worries here with the Devil card, especially with this Five of Swords, because it does feel to me like you have tried something before and it didn't work, and you're going back to try again. And to be honest with you, I've been on exactly the same journey, like years and years of doing tarot readings, reading for people, doing fairs and things like that. And I finally decided several years ago that I would give my job away and I would rely on the income. My income was starting to pick up and I would rely on that to be able to do this work that I love. And I gave up my job and I just doubted myself the whole time, and I struggled. I struggled not so much because the money wasn't coming in, because it was there, but because of my fear of not having the money became so acute. So I kept working for a while. I got a job and I went back to working for a while, and that little voice in my ear kept saying to me, this is what you're meant for. You need to go back to doing it. And it took me then probably, spirit energy, it took me then probably around another 2.5 years to make the decision again. But next time around I knew I'd done the right thing and I never looked back. Obviously I'm sitting here because I haven't gone off in another direction. I've worked in the meantime, but mainly I've worked because it's very difficult sometimes from self-employment to move forward on something. But in saying that, I still get called back to do the work. So I feel like I'm speaking to people who may feel that they've sort of done the same thing. I know some of you that follow me already do some of this work. Don't doubt yourself. If you're being called to do the work, just go in that direction. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords. So it just feels to me like something is, Queen of Pentacles. Something is calling you, Queen of Cups. There's a very beautiful, well-balanced feminine, masculine energy in this reading, which is what I like to see. So to me, your feminine's all about your intuition, your nurturing, bringing something beautiful into the world, giving birth to something, those sort of things. Whereas the masculine energy is that drive, that business acumen, all of the things you need to have that logical mind for. And to me, you are so in the right place for all of these at the moment. Perfectly well balanced. Your fears are in the middle, but you've got a sign here that says you can definitely make something of this. You've got a new beginning. You've got money coming towards you. But I feel like I'm speaking to people who may have tried something before and had to adjust what they were doing or change what they're doing. So it's funny because I remember in those first few years, and somebody said to me something the other day and it took me back there. I was doing a lot of work online in those early years. We were, and I know people say to me all the time with the G's gang and all the training. I was doing a lot of tarot training and things like that in the beginning. Um, I guess that, that sort of occurs to me every now and again to move in a different direction. But every time I've tried to move to do different things, I get called back to doing readings. So it's quite interesting how it all works. So you're manifesting. You're manifesting, my darlings. Keep it up. You're doing extremely well, working very hard at that. I feel like you've got a little bit of fear of letting go this time, but I feel with this King of Swords, you're really like taking on that energy of understanding the balance between business and what you're doing. So when you first start out, you can be quite, how would you put it? You can be a little soft sometimes, let's say that, and then you realize, as many people do, that it's a business like anything else. And the universe wants you to be successful. It wants you to make enough money that you can do what you need to do and feel really comfortable doing that. A lot of people still think you do it for free though, which I think is quite interesting. Even the gypsies used to ask for silver, crossing their palm with silver to get a reading. So it's never been something that isn't reciprocated. It's always something that you do in return for something. So please remember that. If you've got a business and you're trying to get it up running, don't feel guilty. I hear people say, no, I don't need to make a lot of money out of it. Really? If you want to make a lot of money, go for it. Like, it's what you're supposed to be doing. There's no such thing as too much money. I'm sorry, no matter what we do. We can all live quite frugally. We can all have, enough for what we need. But there's no harm in having more and allowing yourself to do more of the work. So there's no such thing, and that is a limited belief. We're made to believe that because people don't want to see us do well. So, all right. So I feel like whoever I'm speaking to here, that you need a little bit of a push to go. And if you've been sitting on the fence thinking, do I go forward or not? I'm here to tell you that everything in the cards looks like it's time to go and have a new beginning. But this time around, don't doubt yourself. Do what you need to make sure you stay in that frame of mind that will help you to get whatever it is you want to get off the ground. It could be, I feel like it could be something even like a new clothing line. It could be something quite practical. Oh, we have the card of Observer jumping out on me here. So obviously there's a message here. Observer. I always say be the observer. I learned that from Eckhart Tolle, and I will talk about his book time and time again because it was life-changing for me. And it was somebody giving me a massage who was very spiritual, who said to me at the time, I feel like I need to ask you to read the book. And that was probably close to 20 years ago. And I went out and bought the book, and honest to goodness, I just could not believe what a big change it made for me. I've read it since, and I read other people saying it was life-changing for them too. Amazing book. It is about living in the moment. Helped me a great deal with I was really in the throes of severe anxiety at the time. I'd gone through panic disorder. I was like really struggling. I had a lot of the past coming up to haunt me, so there was a lot of past energy that I needed to work with. So this book made me realise that I could work that energy in the best way I knew how once I learnt to live with it. So I always say to people, be the observer. We walk around so much in our heads, in our logical brains, and we don't realise that we need to stay grounded so that we can receive messages and move forward. This is card 49. Okay, this is about perspective, objective, neutral observation from a distance. And sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes we have to stand back, even on our own behaviours, especially if we're sort of feeling overwhelmed by something, dealing with people we don't really like, that sort of thing. I say step out of your mind for a minute and just watch the situation. It will teach you so much. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is the perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek, and you will find. I feel like here, because the prosperity message, of course, would really sit with this reading. So it does say here it is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. So, time to trust the universe. Time to put yourself in the hands of the universe. Step back, have a look, and just allow it to grow. Thank you.